Right, and we kick things off with legal matters on the agenda. Judgment is expected in the Pretoria North Magistrates Court for Elia Maeko today. He's among 3 people facing charges of murder and aggravated robbery after being accused of fatally shooting 5-year-old Ditebogo Phalane Junior during a hijacking incident in Soshanguve last May. Watching developments for us inside court is SABC News reporter Patricia Vasari, who joins us now live. And Patricia, there are many other sittings perhaps our viewers have not been appraised with. Get us up to speed with how we got here.
Well, good morning, Ayanda, and to our viewers. It is a matter that you would remember that sent shockwaves through our country. It really shook the core of, the South African consciousness as we all learned of this particular crime that in Soshanguve. This as a 5-year-old child who actually just ran outside to go and embrace his father, came to face with the alleged accused, of course, the 3 men that are before court who are linked to this particular murder. And according to the testimonies that were delivered by the investigating officer in this court, the little boy actually tried to get away from the men when he realized that his father was in danger and that these 3 men were actually in the process of hijacking his father. And at that time, one of the accused the trigger and of course fatally shot the little boy. And today a 36-year-old Elia Maeko, who is accused number 1 in this matter, the first man that of course the police arrested and linked him to the hijacking and of course the murder of the little boy. He has been fighting for his release and we've heard through his affidavit that has been read in court, and of course his legal representative who's fighting for his bail. And ultimately what he's told the court is that he is applying for bail as he has children. He's a breadwinner and his children needs him. He's got an elderly mother who's sick who also needs him. And this is an argument that ultimately didn't sit well with the investigating officer who was leading his testimony, obviously, for the state. The state is opposing Maeko's bail application, and what the IO told the court is that it's very concerning that that's the argument that the accused has put forward, as of course he stands accused of having killed somebody else's child, yet he is speaking about his children that need him and his elderly mother. But the parents, the Phalane family that's sitting in this court, lost their child as a result of the actions that he is obviously standing accused of. We've also heard the IO saying to the court that to be a risk to justice and it would compromise the safety of witnesses and it would obviously compromise just the court processes, as he does not believe that the accused will honor his court dates. He might evade, just talking about his safety, saying that the community might even attack the accused should he be released. So the IO really going at great length trying to convince the court that it is in the interest of justice for denied, as one, it would allow for the court process to be honored. It would also allow for the integrity of the evidence and the witnesses to be met, a process that the IO says would ultimately ensure that justice prevails in the, of course, interest of the family, and to make sure that the Phalane family gets the closure that they deserve. So we would hear today what exactly the court would ultimately, come to, which conclusion they would come. We also spoke to of the 5-year-old, the father, and that is Mr. Ditebogo Phalane Senior. This is the man who saw everything happen right in front of his eyes. He saw the men allegedly ultimately murder his child in front of him. And he was just, sharing his feelings with the SABC about how long this process has been, how they have struggled in terms of the delays, and he was saying that he hopes that to date what they've been hoping for, and that is the beginning of the justice process, and he was saying he hopes that this court would do the right thing, and he wants bail to be denied to the accused. He was also saying that he has confidence in the testimony that was delivered by the IO, and that gives him hope that today the court would make sure that Maeko is not released, as he also believes that Maeko might be a danger to this court process and might be a danger to, of course, the witness out there. We've heard the IO saying that from the evidence that they have gathered, the investigations, they have realized that Maeko has a history of crime, and he has a love for crime, and that makes it hard to believe that he would actually honor his court cases, turn to this particular court. So we would hear today what the outcome is. Closing arguments are expected thereafter. Exactly what the magistrate in this matter would ultimately decide. Is that outcome going to be heard today? We heard the prosecutor this morning saying that there's been enough delays. They want the judgment to be delivered today, as we wait, of course, here at the Pretoria Magistrate Court.
Right, Patricia Vasasachi, live to us there from the Pretoria North Magistrates Court. Heartbreaking story, this indeed. Thanks very much, at least for now.